Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a nice little 8-bit version of Captain America. Since I did this for Iron Man, I figured why not do Captain America as well, and I kinda really do love these. I love them so much that there's a strong possibility that in a world somewhere I have a nice little collection of 8-bit Avengers. But anyway, if you want to make him, here's what you're going to need. You will need some sandstone block, grab yourself some black wool, some brown wool, light grey, also grab yourself some red, some white, and finally grab yourself some dark blue. And once you have every single one of those colours right there, and once you've figured out where you want to make it, I'll be making it right here, you want to kick off your Captain America with a row of 9 black wool in a row on the floor. That's 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just like that. And once you have your row of 9 black wool, you then, starting from the left hand side, from the first block that we should have placed, on top of this block do a single black wool. Then do an upright diagonal from that block. Then go right of it by 1. Then do another upright diagonal. And go right of it by 1. Then do 4 upright diagonals, so that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go up on top of the 4th upright diagonal by 1. Then do 2 more upright diagonals, so that's 1 and 2. Go up on top of the 2nd upright diagonal by 1. Then do 2 upper left diagonals, so that's 1 and 2. Then do a bottom left diagonal, and go down from it by 1. The shape that you want to have formed should look a little bit like this. It kind of looks like a hook or something, or maybe like an anchor or something. I don't know, maybe even a question mark kind of missing like the bulletin point on the bottom. Anyway, that's the shape that you want to have, and the reason that I'm showing you this is because we now want to backtrack a little bit. So once you've formed this shape right here, you now want to come back to this block, this one that I have highlighted in our row of 2 that we started doing upright diagonals from, and this time instead of doing upright diagonals you just want to go left from this block by 1. Then do 4 upper left diagonals, so that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go up on top of the 4th upper left diagonal by 2. 1, 2. Then do 2 upper right diagonals, so that's 1 and 2. Go to the right of the 2nd upright diagonal by 1. Then do another upright diagonal. And go right of it by 2. 1, 2. Go down by 1. Then do a bottom right diagonal. Go down by 1. Then do 3 bottom right diagonals, so that's 1, 2, 3. Go to the right of the 3rd bottom right diagonal by 4, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then do an upright diagonal. Then do an up left diagonal. Go to the left of the up left diagonal by 3, so that's 1, 2, 3. And what we've just formed there, although you guys probably don't know it, that's just Captain America's mouth. So once you've done that, you then just want to return back to this single black block that we have on the right hand side here, and from this block do 2 more upper right diagonals, so that's 1 and 2. Go up on top of the 2nd upright diagonal by 1. Then go to the right of it by 3, so that's 1, 2, 3. Then do 3 bottom right diagonals, so that's 1, 2, 3. Go down from the 3rd bottom right diagonal by 4, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then do 4 bottom left diagonals, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Go to the left of the 4th bottom left diagonal by 2. 1, 2. Then do 3 upper left diagonals, so that's 1, 2, 3. Go up on top of the 3rd upper left diagonal by 2. 1, 2 to form this shape right here, and as you guys might be able to tell, since it's a big giant circular shape, that is Captain America's shield. We're now backtracking again ever so slightly, so what you now want to do, with this row of 3 that we have here, you just want to extend these 2 bottom blocks each to the left by 1. I suppose we're not backtracking at all, but I wanted to show you the shape that we formed. Once you've extended both of those bottom blocks to the left by 1, you now want to go down from this block right here, the one that you just extended to the left, by 1. Then do 2 bottom right diagonals, so that's 1 and 2. Go down from the second bottom right diagonal by 2. 1, 2. Then go to the left and the right of that second block, each by 1. Like this, to give you an upside down T shape. You then, starting from the right hand side of your T, want to do a bottom right diagonal. Then go down by 1. Then go left by 8, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go up on top of the 8th block by 2. 1, 2. Then do an upright diagonal. Then do an up left diagonal. Go to the left of that diagonal by 1. Then do 3 bottom left diagonals, so that's 1, 2, and the third one should just be placing a block right back where we started to give you a shape which should in total look a little bit like this. And what we've just done there, we've just done the outline of Captain America's entire body, and all we have to do now is Captain America's head. The reason that I didn't build the head in is because this is kind of like one nice big giant clockwise shape, and if we added the head in there, there'd be a lot more backtracking. So once you've reached this point right here, we can now do the head. So you want to come all the way up to the upper left hand side of your Captain America, and you're looking for this block right here, this kind of like corner block shape, kind of like a sideways L or a sideways J. Sideways J. Go up on top of this corner block by 2 with your black, so that's 1, oops, I don't have a block out, 1, 2, silly me, using invisible blocks again. Then do an up left diagonal. Then do an upright diagonal. Go to the right of that diagonal by 2. 1, 2. Then do an upright diagonal. Go to the right of it by 5, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then do 3 bottom right diagonals, so that's 1, 2, and 3. Then go down from the third bottom right diagonal until you reconnect all the way back to where we started. So you want to end up with something that should look in total a little bit like this, and that is Captain America's entire outline. Pretty simple. One of the easier ones, I would say. Once you've reached this point right here, all we have to do now is colour in our Captain America. We're going to do this in 3 parts, and in no way am I going to try and explain any sort of block placement to you. So let me just do what I'm going to do whilst I explain how this is going to work. So it's going to get really messy if I try and explain to you guys what blocks you have to place where. Trust me, it's not going to end very well, when all I have to do really is if I just fill in each one of these small sections of Captain America and then give you a very careful look at each of them, you should be able to tell what you have to place where just from looking at the video, just from looking at a still image, which is how this is going to work. So first of all, I'm just going to fill in Captain America's entire head, then I'll zoom in on it, show you guys what you have to place where, and then we can move on, and then I'll do the same with the body, and then finally the same with Captain America's shield. It's pretty simple. Let me show you. So this is what you want to have for Captain America's entire head. Isn't that extremely easy? Can you guys see why I didn't want to try and break that up and try and like show you the placement of the mouth and then the eyes and then the A and then the little weird wing thing that he has by his ears? I'm not exactly sure what those are for, but anyway, that is what you want to have for the entirety of Captain America's head. Very simple colour scheme. It's all pretty much centered around the edges of the outline and what have you. It shouldn't be hard for you guys to place at all. So pause this video here, apply everything that you can see in the head, apply that, then you can move on. So we're now going to do Captain America's entire body, which is a little bit bigger, but it's just as easy. So I'm just going to use the exact same method. I'm just going to colour in the entire body. And a method that is actually easy if you are trying to do exactly as I've told you guys. If you just do one colour at a time, like if you just like fill in all of the red and then fill in all of the white and then all of the brown, etc, etc, starting with whatever colours you want, you really won't run into too much trouble. It's just that in the past I've tried to explain how to like painstakingly add in each single color and like very slowly and carefully show placement, and it just adds an insane amount of time onto the video, and I don't think it helps whatsoever. So that's the reason that I do things like this. It's not because of laziness or what have you, it's just I think that instead of trying to confuse you guys, I really think that it's just as simple as just filling in these little sections and then just showing you what they look like, and I'm sure that you guys will have no problem whatsoever. So I'm just going to finish filling these boots in, and then we've just got a load of dark blue to add in. Then I'll show you the body, then I will show you the shield. So let me see here. Is that right? Not quite. There we go. Now I've just got to fill the rest of this bottom section in with blue, and then we can have a look at this. So this is what you want to have for Captain America's lower body. And you know what, it's big enough that I'll take off the UI. So this is what you want to have for Captain America's lower body. Very, very simple. As I said, I mean, and now I have my voice back, I just need a little sip of water. So that is Captain America's entire body. As I was trying to explain, if you want to make it easy on yourself, just for instance like add in Captain America's belt and then the white and red above it, then that little white just below his collar, then just add in all of the red, then all of the white, then all of the blue. If you just do it in little patches, if for some reason you're finding it difficult to apply everything you see here, just split it up and you'll have no problems, I'm pretty sure. So pause this video if necessary, apply everything that you see here, then you can move on to the next part, which is Captain America's shield. So, moving on now. The shield is actually really easy to make. We've just got to, first of all, go all the way around the inside of the outline of the shield with red. Then we've got to do a similar thing with white, a very simple process. Then we've got to do the exact same thing again with red, like this, and now all we have to do is just add a little bit of white and a little bit of blue, and there you have Captain America's shield as I turn flight off. And what you want to end up with, and I'll turn the UI off for this anyway again, this is what you want to have for Captain America's shield. Very simple indeed. As I showed you, just around with red, around with white, around with red, and then just fill in the little bits of dark blue and white, and you'll have no problem. So that is what you want for Captain America's shield. Very simple indeed. Pause this video if necessary. Do that. Once you've done that, you should be left with something that should look a little bit like this. A nice little 8-bit Captain America, which can join your Iron Man if you've made him. Which you might not have. I also made a nice little 8-bit version of Iron Man, which is pretty cool. I do like it slightly better than this one since it's a little bit more detailed, but that's kind of, those are the breaks. You can do a little bit more with Iron Man than you can with Captain America since his armor's a little bit cooler, a little bit more diverse, but I still like it. I think I said this at the start of the video, I have a nice little collection of 8-bit Avengers, which I'm quite happy with. They're right next to my statues, so hopefully you guys have managed to follow this tutorial no problem. Thanks for watching guys, and I will see you in the next video, and I'll probably be doing the entire Avengers. I can't really stop at 2, can I? So, see you in the next one.